Yes, fellas. Welcome to Bala Sport. What's going on, Sally? What's going on, my brother? How you?
What's up, bro? I'm good. Game
You good?
day. Yes, sir. Every day's game day these days now.
Right. Every other day, man. We got games in the morning, games at night, Copa
Every,
America at night,
oh, man. This is
and
like
of
perfect.
course the Euros in the mornings or afternoons,
I
however
know.
you want to call it.
Afternoons, 3 p.m. It's,
Bro,
it's
I'm
excellent,
excited, man.
man.
I don't know why I'm so excited today. Today recording, I'm excited. I'm excited. A lot to talk about. Of
You
course,
must you must be feeling relaxed today, man. You
Oh
don't
yeah,
look
I got
sleepy.
to, man.
You don't look sleep. You don't look sleepy today.
Nah, I'm a wide awake today, bro. I'm wide awake. I was ready for this because last night something happened, man. But before we get there,
Oh
man, let me
man.
just let everybody know what we're gonna be talking about. Of course, we're gonna be talking about the Copa America, and we're gonna go down the list, probably get to a little bit into the Euros, man. What a drama for Croatia and so much more. And Cristiano Ronaldo breaking records, most assists, the most goals scored in Euro. Yeah, but before we get there, my guy, man, tell me first of all, man, were you excited in the past few days of the games that have been played?
Yo, dude. You talk about Copa America or the Euro. You've had exciting games, man. This is the best time to be a soccer fan, man. You can watch soccer from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night, man.
Right.
We had a few surprises. Some of the results are not surprise. No, some of the plays from some certain teams, which we think are big teams, has been surprising. And I know you got a lot to say about some of these teams, namely
I got a lot to
England,
say.
Brazil. I just wish the whole crew was here, man.
Right, man. The timing is wrong, but bro, maybe but just like you said, man, but we're gonna start with a home team, and the team that both of us is rooting for to win this. They start up well. USA 2, Bolivia 0. Start up in the first half, man. Christian Pulisic, Captain America, with a goal and
Oh,
assist, man. Wow, bro. I'm gonna let you take over this right now and tell me what do you
Christian.
think about the United States game?
Well, Christian Pulisic, since he moved from Chelsea to AC Milan, it just
Hmm.
seems that he's a different player. And I don't know what's going on if he's getting better opportunities, but he's so much confident. Even when he comes back home, you can tell he did look like the best player on the field, don't you think? There's certain games where you don't think you like, is he really the best player on the team on the field? But he definitely looked like the best player on the field. Um, I mean, also United States scoring that goal early, it's a good thing. But I always think that every time a team scores that go that early,
Right.
they kind of change the tactics. Like they were aggressive to start the game. That's how they scored that goal. And I think it was they recently hired a special coach for set pieces because they have been criticized of being so bad on set pieces. So they have a special coach, and so that goal that he scored, it was from a
Right.
set piece. And they had Tim Weah and Pulisic. Tim Weah was still stand outside the field, and then who ran on the field when the whistle blew, and then they did that short passes. But after that first goal, we saw that Bolivia made some adjustments. They had one man right there waiting for him. So that was like a one-time trick. It didn't work again. But also, I was impressed that Balogun finally scored a goal. I think it's only
Right.
third or fourth goal in like 13 games, maybe. And a lot of people are wondering why he picked United States over England and a few other teams. And
Right,
it's
because he's also like originally from Nigeria, right? I
Niger-
mean, by his
Ni-
parents. I mean,
Nigeria or Ghana. Which one is it?
I think it was
One of the
Nigeria.
two. Nigeria. Yeah, so he was eligible to play for that country too, but he picked United States. I think it was the right decision.
Right.
He came in late. He just because this whole group has been together for the past 4 or 5 years since they were young, but he came in late. And I think it looks like it's been established as number 9. He played a good game.
Hmm.
I wasn't overly impressed, but I was just happy that he scored a goal. Because you need goals from strikers. Once he scores a
Especially,
goal, go ahead.
no, no, I was gonna say, especially when the time that he scores in the 44 minute right before halftime. That's
Exactly.
yeah.
And he gets substituted for Ricardo Papi. And Papi could have scored a couple more goals too, but that goal, he just he had one of his best games. I like that Tyler Adams is getting more
Right.
minutes. Um, I don't know. You got McKenny. I think he played a good game. I know you're not overly impressed with him, like I am, but
Yeah. At the
he's
same time, like speaking of that, because I was gonna ask you about the starting lineup, right? Right. what do you think about it? Well, before you get that, McKinney for me is like I feel like he looked disinterest in the game. Like at some point of the game, he's like, what are
Yeah,
you doing? You know what I mean? I know earlier we're gonna get to this. He was complaining about also as Martinez from Argentina's goalkeeper was complaining about
the
the
field.
state of the field. But
Yeah.
but like my question, like, what do you like? I think I think the coach actually nailed the starting lineup. He put a lot of experience there for the first game. What do you think about the starting lineup, first of all?
Well, first of all, the style lineup, I was kind of, first of all, I should know, being a United States soccer fan, I should know that Sergio Dest had I torn ACL and he wasn't going to play. So he had to replace him. So the defense looked pretty different. I mean, Tim Rim has been the main man in the back and Robinson, but everybody else, they're not like, they don't play all the time. I
Right.
was, I was so he put he put McKennie, Adams, and Gino Reyna in midfield, which I
Mm-hmm.
think was which I think was that was an excellent choice
Yep.
because I think one of his biggest weaknesses is it's like he has so many different pieces, but he just can't figure out how to make it work. So I think that midfield, that was probably the best midfield that he can come up with. Team Ware, Balogun, and Pulisic. I think that was a great lineup. I think he did a good job.
And I think that he would for the fact that he runs with experience also, and you could say whatever you want to say, but most of all his players play in Europe and
They, right, all of them
all of
actually.
them.
So
Which
yeah, and then I mean Pulisic, he had a great game, but I just why do they allow them to have so many subs though? I mean, I'm not complaining as a, I guess as a coach I would like it, but so
right.
they make five substitutions, and I don't know. I didn't see a huge drop off or a big change after those substitutions. I think the flow of the game continued the way it was. Of course, we can't overreact. They played
Right.
Bolivia. Bolivia is not one of the top teams, so we can't. But these United States, we've seen them lose to Costa Rica and Panama, and forward to
Yeah.
qualify for the World Cup. So we can't take any wins for granted. But we also have to understand that they play Bolivia. They didn't play a top team. So I guess we got to temper down our excitement for now.
Right. So you already tell me what you think of Pulisic's performance, because that's like few questions I gotta ask because but you already give me so much detail about Christian Pulisic, which is amazing because bro, just the way he started the game as a leader and then as the best player on the field, period. That in this game, especially in this
Right.
game, the way he started, the way the goal, oh my god, what a finish!
That
The
was
finish of
excellent.
that right there, man. I mean, especially playing at home and with the crowd, that just right there just turned the game all the way around to believe the United States, which they are the better team because this
Right.
Bolivia, like you say, I mean, a
Right.
lot of teams that beat them. But
Right.
I got another question for you, bro. Like moving forward from here on, right? What do you think? Like how do United States, right? Because me, I was a little bit disappointed, a little bit in the second half. I know, like they step on the gas. How
Yeah.
like this is a group stage. They had opportunities to score as many goals as they
They could have
can.
scored multiple goals. They could have scored 4 or 5 goals.
Right. So how does that affect them moving forward? Like, of course, it is a group stage, and when it comes to
Right.
goal difference, you want to be qualified as number one team to the knockout stage. Do you think this is gonna come back and hunt them for missing some of the opportunities they could have just cashed in at least 6 goals in this game?
That's a good question. In this particular instance, I don't think it will because
Uh-huh.
look at the teams they have in the group. They have Panama, Uruguay, and Bolivia. I mean, they're not really scary teams. So
Uruguay is a scary team now. Uruguay will score 6 if they have a chance
I
against Bolivia.
I know they might, but I think Panama and Bolivia. I expect Uruguay and United States to get out of this group, but
Right.
also you got to remember it's the first game. They always say the first game is the hardest game because you gotta kind of feel yourself and not overdo things. So 2 goals wasn't bad. I mean, we're gonna see how Uruguay and Panama they play tonight, right? They
No,
play already.
Uruguay. No,
They
Uruguay
played.
and Panama. Panama
They
already
played.
played. Yes, then was Uruguay versus is right there on the bottom. Uruguay played Panama with 3-1 the first
Well,
game.
right, right. So Uruguay won the first game, right?
Yes, 3-1. They scored 3-1. You
Well, this group has to be updated because they still have United States, Panama, and Uruguay. I don't know. I was looking at the Bleacher Report, but yeah, but going back to your question of if United States may that scoreline
Regret.
may come and hunt them. I guess depends how they perform in the next two games. I hope the coaching staff is talking to these players. Don't do the way they do at the World Cup. Now the World Cup, what they won one game and
Right.
then played
Tied
for
the
a
race.
tie. That's not how you win championships.
Right.
That's that. Look at Netherlands and Italy, how the way they have struggled at the Euro because of not winning all your games. The United States,
Hmm.
so depends how they play the next two games. They gotta win the next two games. You can't be just playing just to get out of the group. You have to get out of the group and also play the weak team in the other group. You don't want to come
Right.
out second and play the winner of the other group.
Yeah, so
But
that was one of the reasons why I asked you for the goal difference if he's gonna come back and hunt them because of Uruguay is actually gonna score. I mean, like
because
they
you're
gotta
going to
score.
score points.
They're gonna score goals. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. Hopefully United States
Well, hopefully when they play Uruguay,
right.
they beat
Get
them head
beat.
to head.
Yeah.
That's why you do, right? You want to win this championship, you got to beat the teams in front of you.
Yeah. And another question is like watching the game, we see United States was doing a lot of counter attack, right? So how do we drop back into a defensive shape with the way like when we play against better teams,
Right.
how do we drop back into a defensive shape so they won't get us in the counter attack?
Well, probably the formation will be different depending on who you're playing. You can't play the same formation you play against Bolivia if you play like Uruguay, but they might
Right.
kill you. They might kill you on the counter attack because we know our left back Robinson is always overlapping,
Mm,
and if he loses the ball and if it's too slow to get back, that'll be
right.
disastrous. So hopefully the coaching staff are doing their homework because if I'm a fan and I'm doing my homework,
Right.
hopefully they do their homework. That's why they get paid the big bucks to
True.
figure that stuff out. But yeah, we can't play the way we play against Bolivia and expect not to be in trouble on the counter attacks when we play Uruguay because trust me, Uruguay will punish the United States if they don't get back on time.
True.
We'll be like that friendly game a couple weeks ago against Colombia. Was that Colombia? We
Yeah,
beat them
Colombia 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. So based on what you saw from United States, I know you just first game, and I know the way we come out, especially in the first half. Throughout the whole game, we already know there was only one team on the field. That's United States. You know,
You're right.
because of who we were playing.
Right.
How confident are you moving forward with the
I mean,
United
I'm
States?
I'm 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 pretty confident. I'm confident because I think these players they know what is expected of them. This
Mhm.
is almost like a practice for the World Cup. Like whatever they do here will determine the morale with the United States soccer fans as the World Cup approaches in I don't know a couple years. So I feel pretty good. I mean, also I heard some commentators even say that maybe United States is not showing all their tricks. You can't show your tricks in the first game. I hope that's true. So when they play Uruguay and Panama, I hope we see some new stuff. I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
Thursday they're
You're right.
playing Panama, man. We shouldn't take Panama. We shouldn't underestimate Panama because we
I
we already
know.
got a history of what they did
We,
to us not making it to the World Cup. So
I know. I know. I'm not. I'm not gonna underestimate Panama. They always give United States because they know each other. You gotta remember,
right,
we play them. We play with them more often than these other two teams.
true,
So they know what. Look at how even how Jamaica played Mexico tough.
right.
But I know Mexico is not the same Mexico we had. But I'm just saying, it's like a division game. When you play this team that you play all the time, you pretty much know each other. So I'm pretty confident they're gonna get out of this group as the group winners, and so they can avoid some tough teams in the second round.
Yeah, I asked you about your confidence, so I got to ask you about. I mean, what
You
is your
don't have
biggest?
you you don't have any confidence.
I mean, like I'm totally confident. I think that like throughout this tournament, man, like if I could pick a team, probably Argentina, Colombia. I feel like that's the only team that United States really, really is a big threat to United States. I understand, like you said, me, it's a tournament. You never know what's gonna happen. It depends on. And again,
Right.
my next question to you is that which I was gonna be more vocal about it. Like I know we talk about the confident part, but what's your biggest worry? Because I know my biggest worry is the guy that's standing in the sideline.
I know. But you know what? You gotta give him credit when he does something. Like you said in the
Right.
beginning, when he does something good, you gotta give him credit.
Right.
My biggest worry, I think. Now I don't know if this comes down to coaching or not. Because at this stage, if I was a coach, this is what I would tell players. There are certain stages in your career or in tournaments where nothing has to be spoken.
Right.
Like every professional, gotta understand the moment, and what is expected of them.
Fact.
My biggest worry for United States, sometimes they have this 5-10 minutes spells in the game where they're like not doing anything right. They're just like, clear the ball to nobody, try to do and make silly mistakes.
Right.
If when they play good teams, they're gonna be exposed and they're gonna be punished. That's my only worry, though. Well, coaching is also my worry, but I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt because after the first game, he did okay. Um, so I hope this is the tournament where he needs to convince the American fans that he was the right choice and he's the right man to lead this team in the
Right.
next World Cup. So if he doesn't deliver, man, something gotta change.
Fact. Like, my biggest worry is also the coach. Like the last game, I think he did everything right. And the next, like you said about the worry about when they had their spell, but every team have to suffer. But it's how you recover from that. How do you fight back? How do you? And another thing that I'm a little worried about too is that the question I asked you earlier about how do we drop into defensive shape when we play against counter-attacking teams in case we go, because man,
Well,
look, Bolivia,
good thing we are young and fast.
good.
That
But
might help a little bit, but
but
not all the
also
way.
right, but also you gotta understand being young and fast does not mean that you could be a good defender.
you you're definitely right.
But
Um,
go back throughout the whole game, man. I was very impressed with the United States. I was very impressed with Christian Pulisic, mostly like his leadership and everything else. And I think that he did the right. I mean, the coach did the right substitutes to bring the players in the right time. And I wanted to see more. I wanted to see more goal. I wanted to be like, okay, this opportunity right here. We're the best team on the field, so let's score as many goals as we could, but it couldn't happen. But and again, was Bolivia.